incredible players on their own fronts.
Right. But Luck is such a wild card in literally everything that he does, man.
Exactly.
I don't know how to describe this guy. Ooh, hey, the mic is in the right spot now. I've got my booming voice here. So anyway, Luck is such a wild card in everything that he does, and I teamed with Luck like a static teammate for quite a while, and he is amazing in doubles when you give him space to be amazing in doubles.
Exactly.
The problem is Lucario also needs tons of space to be amazing in doubles, so they overlap with each other quite a bit. But what I've noticed is these two have some type of way where they just kind of work that out with one another. And as you can see, they've taken a pretty early percent lead against the green team here.
And I've seen that a lot of the times when they work off of each other, it's usually on larger, more horizontal-oriented or stages.
Right.
So working off of that, being able to grant each other's give each other enough space, especially when forcing the 1v1, because they have that format of top player privilege.
Right.
So just granting setup, like we see from Luck with Banana, being able to gain aura off of single enemy percent from Lucario. And
see that? That's what I mean. Luck is such a wild card. He just throws moves out, and they hit every time. It doesn't matter who they hit. Hit the other players? Cool. Hit my partner? Also cool. We'll keep going.
And it's great target switching coming out from Luck as well, being able to handle his food and then going on to the next one, helping out Fearless as well.
Exactly. Excellent forward air to seal off Luck's first stock, though. Fearless, the only one left on his first stock. I don't know who the first player is. And see, that's a problem we're going to have with the double game launch, is because I don't know these players. Well, Miyo has his tag over his face.
Yes.
So Miyo appears to be player 4 because it's the darker one.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Nyx is actually on his second to last stock. Fearless finally losing his first one about a minute and a half into the game. And in Project M, that's a pretty impressive hold of your stock, you know?
Exactly. And I think it's really hard, especially with the volatility of Game & Watch, someone who's incredibly light, and you have both characters who can kill at a relatively early percent with Lucario and Diddy Kong, especially with the synergy that we're seeing. I think playing double Game & Watch is a compliment for each other, just being able to work off of each other's combos just naturally. But with such hyper-aggressive play that we see from Luck, like we see from Lucario players, it's a lot to swallow.
It really is, and especially with a character as light as Mr. Game & Watch, I think they're going to struggle in this matchup because they're coming up against a couple of welterweight characters that have plenty of KO power. And Game & Watch has fantastic levels of that KO power, and he's got great combo ability. But the problem is that kind of dwindles in doubles because you've got a partner to get you out of Game & Watch's what we're going to call auto combos. All right, good sealing off of a good way to seal off Fearless's stock right there.
Exactly, and even though it is a 2-stock lead, Nyx and Miyo definitely finding the ground. There's a reason why they're here in the first place.
Yep.
Even after losing losers round 1. Just with the overall synergy, finding their place, being able to combat said top players just to get to Luck and Fearless themselves.
Right, especially this far in bracket, because I believe Luck and Fearless lost in winners semis, which would make this losers quarters. So that's a hell of a climb from winning round 1, like you keep saying, man. Oh, that's going to be Miyo's last stock. Nyx finally holding on to quite a bit of this. They mounted a bit of a comeback, but I mean, let's be real here. Unless he does Luck.
Yeah. I think it's very smart, but there is a lot of...
Hey, I've seen crazier things happen. Oh,
I think
I'm going to shut up.
Luck is very big on underestimating players or just trying to go for those general crazy options.
I think you're looking at it from the opposite angle on what it should be, because Luck is a borderline arrogant player, okay?
Yes.
And I don't mean that as an insult or anything like that, but he's very, very confident in his abilities. And I don't blame him because he's an amazing player. He was in the top 50 this last year. He was part of the Clash Tournaments combo video. And being on the receiving end of a few of those combos myself, dude, he's an amazing player. I don't blame him for having that level of confidence. So I don't think that he intends it as a disrespect because he's underestimating people. I think he's just saying, no, I'm better than you. I want to be better than you. He's that guy that comes to the card game tournament with the best deck, having analyzed everything, and is going to win because he believes in himself.
Yes.
Heart of the cards. I just thought, dude, Luck is hard of the cards.
But from cards to controllers, playing on a more, when talking about volatility overall, forcing themselves on a smaller stage because working on Smashville, like we were saying, more horizontally oriented, lot more setup, or it's harder to develop that setup, especially with Luck, with banana play, creating that aura, making sure that you're not hitting each other.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Luck lost his first stock just a moment ago to an excellently placed forward air. I missed which character or which player did it. I saw the character. Neutral air from, looks like Nick's going to seal that stock. And now the blue team, after mounting all that momentum in the end of the last game, I think they're going to carry it over into this one, and we may very well go into game 3 in a 1-1 scenario.
Yeah, there's a lot to say, though, just because it is later in, or it's still early in the second match.
Right.
Luck.
Whoa.
Yeah, Luck definitely a great player in survivability after learning about SDI and DI. Definitely something to note because he didn't know otherwise. He's such a... You said that he's great at games. He's just a natural savant in playing overall games because I know great at Yu-Gi-Oh!, great at this.
The term that you're looking for is he has a natural level of intuition with the game because he doesn't play the game logically. There's no reason to do that. Why would I do that? I've got bananas. I'm a monkey. So what he does is he plays it intuitively, and most of the time you don't actually play this game in a logical kind of manner. In doubles, there's... Ooh, that was unfortunate again. In doubles, there's not enough time for you to play logically. In singles, you can think, okay, I need to back up. I need to outspace my opponent. I need to park myself over here. I need some type of like cohesive strategy. In a 2v1 in doubles, that's definitely there as well. Red team has mounted a hell of a comeback, and they've turned it around. Now they've got the stock lead after that rough get-up, so maybe you were right, and I was just not predicting the future over here.
And it's just great awareness. It's a lot of pressure to be had, especially for Double Game & Watch to hold center stage, especially in Green Hill Zone, when you have two players able to space off with their item games, especially with Fearless being able just to charge up aura.
Right.
So
we're all down to last stock, and it looks like Miyo is at 65%. This is a much closer game than the last one was. The first game was kind of a shut. Oh, no, he's not going to do I got all hyped up for a second thinking like, man. And then nope. Miyo with excellent DI to stay alive from all of that. That's going to KO, though. So now we've got Knicks versus two of Dallas's finest. Well, two of Texas's finest.
Yes.
One of Dallas's finest.
And there's a lot of familiarity to be had, especially because Luck has fought against players like Dakpo. We have Fearless, who plays against Snooklet from Houston very consistently. Even Miyo, they're both from Houston.
Right.
So just a lot. I think that's one of the most important things, especially for playing against Nyx and Miyo, especially since they both play the same character. You're not fighting anything too different.
Right. You don't have to adapt the way that you are, say, DIing moves. Like, let's say they were, instead of Double Game & Watch, it was Game & Watch and Sheik. That's two completely different sets of combo DI that you have to worry about and throw DI. So I like the idea of Double Game & Watch. It's actually a really cool team to sit here and watch them, and they're doing exceedingly well. They're just running into a couple of very talented players at the end of everything. I think we're going to end up on a larger stage than we did last time. I don't think that the small stage worked out as well as they had hoped. It did at the beginning, but Luck and Fearless pretty strongly adapted to it.
Exactly.
So I don't think we're going to be going back. I am wrong. Wrong.
I think this may have been just an overall comfort pick. Maybe this is one of the stages that they went through tournament exceedingly well, and maybe just general comebacks. Probably
general comebacks.
And we've been seeing a lot of great play from them. Just working off of each other and staying generally survivable, not wanting to die off the top.
Generally survivable, not wanting to die off the top.
Because
that's the last time I'm doing that, I'm sorry.
Just because of the lower set stage, being able to avoid deaths from Fearless. Also because, and I was saying this with Studebaker when we watched Nyx and Miyo previously, their combo game is definitely great when facing the complements of Green Hill Zone's horizontal blast zones.
Right. So the blue team, both down a stock. Red team, Luck is holding on to his stock. That's kind of uncharacteristic. Usually he's the one that's up front. But Luck, almost losing that one. Fearless off to the side. Blue team has put together a bit of an offensive, but they're interrupting each other. That down air was not spaced well, and he ended up hitting his teammate out of a potential kill combo on Lucario.
And there's definitely a general change of pace. It looks like the Double Game & Watch, I'm hearing a lot more clicks.
Yeah.
And just being able to create more pressure overall, harder to adjust, get that setup like we were saying earlier.
Right. So now we got a pretty even game here, about 20%. Well, in the middle of me talking, the percents they keep lapping one another. So what I've noticed is that the blue team is not actually like getting in each other's grill, okay? And that is probably paying off well compared to the way that the last couple games have gone. The only overlap where I've seen them in any type of serious negativity with one another is that throw combo from earlier. Right now, see, they're spacing really well outside of each other. That back air from Miyo was spaced so that it wouldn't hit Nyx. And now Luck's out of stock because the forward air connected.
Exactly. And I think this is also going to rely on the character's defensive options. I think with Game & Watch, they have probably some of the best rebuttals out of shields, arguably of the 3 characters present on screen. We're seeing a lot of dares with landing hitboxes that you have to avoid. There's less getaways from characters like Lucario. Side B is probably going to land you into another hitbox as well, so just trying to stay as cognizant on a stage like this it's very difficult.
See, if they can seal out either Luck's stock right here without taking too much damage, or get enough damage onto Fearless so that they've got a bit of an advantage, they could realistically pull this out. Red team is still pretty commandingly in the lead. Oh, he healed. That was big, actually, because he went from like 50 down to 31.
Yeah.
So that could potentially be a key point to the match. They're off both on the same side of the stage. This is bad. Yeah, that down air, that sealed it. Yeah. I think that may be the end of it right here. Nope, forward smash didn't connect.
And creating that 2v1 situation, accidental reverse hitbox from the dash tag definitely going to help out Nyx, but with jab down smash, very great confirm that we've seen very consistently from Luck. Just to close it out, we're seeing the spice. Yeah, and that's going to be a very solid 3-0 coming out from Luck and Fearless as they move on to, I think, losers semis and doubles.
Excellent showing from the imported team. I wonder if there were any tariffs on him coming in. All right, I'm staying away from the political jokes.